Hi, COMM students, it's Michelle. I'm just going to review what we did yesterday during our library session. So yesterday we did this first part, evaluating evidence and exploring topics, and we looked at those three sources about the 2020 census, and then you guys worked in groups to talk about what makes a good source and what kind of evidence they used. And you guys were totally spot on about what makes good evidence, and you made some excellent points. A couple things I wanted to highlight were that they use specific examples, that they talk to different kinds of experts. So an expert could be a community member that is experiencing this. An expert could be a teenage kid of immigrant parents. An expert could be the former head of the Census Bureau or somebody who works for the Public Policy Institute of California. So they cited diverse experts and diverse evidence. You also noticed that some of the sources were nonprofit and nonpartisan, which is important. And you came up with some really good examples of possible oral citations. So, for example, that a 5% undercount would result in Watsonville losing $53 million, that there are laws protecting confidentiality in the census, and let's see, you also talked about nutrition programs and housing assistance like Section 8 and CalFresh that are determined by the census. So you guys know what you're doing in terms of finding good evidence and sources. Next thing we did is took some time to explore topics and maybe figure out what your topic is. And I suggested Opposing Viewpoints Database, CQ Researcher Database, Pew Research Center website, which has public opinion polls and statistics. And if you don't know where to start, I suggested going to the Browse Issues list from Opposing Viewpoints, because it has a lot of good topics that people might be interested in, and it gives you an overview on that topic. So when you come back on Monday, you're going to be working on your own with Sky, and you're basically going to be doing more in-depth searching in the databases. So you want to start by knowing your topic, having some relevant search terms for whatever your topic is, and then searching in some of those same databases, Opposing Viewpoints and CQ Researcher. And I also added OneSearch, which you may have used before. It searches across all of our library collections at once. So it will search CQ Researcher and Opposing Viewpoints and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's really awesome for searching everything at once, but it also means you have to do the work of kind of narrowing your search down a little bit. Otherwise, you get an overwhelming amount of results. And then lastly, here's some places to get polls and statistics from places like the Pew Research Center and the Public Policy Institute and the census. So last thing, you'll notice with each of these there's a video underneath, and that is a short overview of how to search, how to limit your results, and then how to email and cite your results. So these are about 2 minutes, and I suggest watching those before you start searching. And then, as always, remember, if you get stuck, you can use the Ask a Librarian form right here. There'll be somebody working during your next class, and so they should get back to you right away, and I will be checking it as well. All right, good luck.